Hi friends, Miss Plummer here. I miss you guys, so I want to make a video for you. I'm going to walk you through exactly what I've been doing with my Google Meet since we've been virtual the past couple weeks of school. So what we're going to be making are some candles. And the reason why we're doing this is we are going to be learning how to make our shapes look three-dimensional. So for example, in my picture here, you can see the shapes for the candles are cylinders. And by drawing with curves, I'm able to make them look rounded in 3D. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to start with the lower candles first so that you can see how that's done. You want a drawing material, something to draw with. I want to have my paper going the tall way and towards the bottom. I'm going to start by drawing a curve. You want to try to avoid making that curve too curvy. You almost want it to be a straight line with just a little zip to it, okay? So I'm going to come down here and I'm going to start by doing that upper edge curve. You can put the placements of your curves in different spots. Okay, and now I'm going to do a line on each side for the sides of my candle. So I want to make sure that these are the same length, and I also want to keep in mind that depending on how far down the page I put those lines is going to factor in the size in terms of height for my candle. So for the bottom piece, we want to keep with that rounded line. So I'm going to do a rounded or curved line that connects the bottom. And then the top part is going to be an upwards curve. Same thing as I said for this lower curve. You don't want to make it too far up. We just want a nice slight curve. So from corner to corner connecting, I'm going to do a nice light curve. And then I'm going to do another candle next to it, but I'm going to experiment with making it a little taller. So how I do that is instead of drawing my curve really close to the bottom, I just go a little bit above this one. So I start like that. And then same thing, same length lines on both sides. And the curve that connects. So now you can see, because I started the top of this candle higher, it now looks like a taller candle. It also looks skinnier because that curve I started with wasn't as wide. So if you want to make your curves shorter in terms of width, then your candle's going to be really skinny. So I'm now going to do that upwards curve. Remember, just a slight curve. So to add the fire to your candles, what you're going to do is right towards the top here, I start from the middle. I draw a vertical line. That's the wick of the candle. And then off of that I do an almond shape, which is just a curve on each side at the top. So you can do that to your second one. Alright, so I have two candles in the front. I'm now going to do some taller candles in the back. I'm going to show you how we do that. We want to make it look like these ones are overlapping. And in art, overlapping is when one shape goes on top of another. So I'm going to start by coming above these ones, and I'm just going to do a curve for the edge of that candle. And now I'm going to draw the sides coming down, but I'm going to have to pay attention to the candles in front because I might have to work around them. So I'm going to draw a line, and oh, yep, sure enough, I have to stop because I got to that candle. Same thing on this one. Try to imagine where the line should go, and then the same thing there. I'm going to have to stop. So now I'm going to have to figure out where I want to draw my curve for the bottom part. I only have this piece showing through right here. So I'm just going to imagine these lines kept going down till about right there, and I'm going to do my curve here. Okay, so that's how you do a bigger one behind it. Do your upwards curve on the top with your candle wick. Okay, so now what if I want to make it look like there's a candle next to this one that's going behind this one in the back? So what I do is just like a partial curve coming right from the edge of one of my candles. All right, and then I come down just on one side. I don't need to come down on this side because I have to imagine that I can't see the edge of that candle. It's being hidden by this one. And now I'm going to do the curve at the bottom where I can see it. And then this is the same thing. You're going to add that upwards curve. Now, depending on how much of your candle is hidden behind here, you may or may not see the candle wick. I think mine would probably be about right here, so I'm going to draw that candle in there. Okay, so there's that. You're going to then go in and just draw a bunch of different sizes, make some really tall, skinny ones, shorter ones, but you want to think about the space and where it's empty and how you can fill it in. So I'm going to spend a minute on this video just quickly adding a couple more. You can slow down. You don't have to go as fast as me. Okay, so I went in, I really thought about the space. Now for the decoration part. You're going to go in and decorate whatever decorations you want to do around your candles. So for me, I just did a bunch of wintry themed things, some berry twigs and some green parts of the tree, some pine needles. So what you do around your candles is up to you. I just really want to see that you can create 3D forms. If you turn it into something else or add your own details, some friends wanted to do more of a fall theme, so they did some leaves around it. Some friends wanted more of a summer feel, so they drew a bunch of flowers around it. I had one friend who did some really cool different line designs on their candles, because sometimes candles do have some decorative designs on them. So think about how you want to make it your own. If you want to add some of the evergreens like I did in your piece, how I did that is I found the empty space within my picture, and I drew a line just coming at an angle from a spot on my candle. I did curves coming out on one side of that line. They don't have to all be the same length. They just kind of have to curve to the edge going down. Okay, and then I did the same thing on the other side. I just did some curved down lines. And then for the berry twigs that I did on mine, all I did was like a wavy line with some shorter lines coming off of that. Not as many as the last one I just did. And then just 2 to 3 circles bunched together for your berries. So again, you don't have to do that. You can make it your own. All right, think about where you want to place this stuff as you're filling it up. You can even do some in front of some of your candles like I'm doing right here. But you're just going to keep going in, and you want to add them throughout, work your way around the page, so that way our eyes are moving around. So I'm just going to do a few more really quick so you can see, but as I said earlier, you can slow down. You don't have to go as quick as me, okay? All right. I even did, I don't know if you noticed with this really skinny candle, I even did like a little candle holder for it at the bottom. All right, friends, so that is how we draw our candles and create our 3D shapes. When you're done with that, you can color these in with some crayons. I find crayons work best to get that nice little glow, and how I do that nice little glow, I start with yellow at the top first, and then I find the color I want for my candle and go over with that color very lightly, and some of that glow from the yellow is going to pop out. So let me just really zoom in there. You can add other colors that you typically see in fire, like oranges, things like that. I even go around the light to add some orange in there. So the coloring is something that you're going to do on your own time. And if you get it done and want to share it with me, you can certainly send a picture to my email. I'm sure your teachers would love to see it too if you want to share it with them. So all your friends can see it. So that's how we draw the candles, and that's what we've been doing during our virtual this week with 3rd grade. So I hope you have fun, and I hope you experiment and try to make it your own.